Shalom. I want today to record my declaration notice of nationality, and basically being the sovereign state, American state, national, over the corporation, standing over the corporate fictitious entity. And like I say, I don't hold the people per se that works for those offices accountable. Although some are part of it, but they're really not the say. They're just working. So I'm not really saying anything about them. I'm talking about the people behind the system, or the system itself. So this is no confrontational type of thing. It's just basically standing, being in my proper capacity. That's what I'm trying to say. So I went there the first time, and I gave it to the lady, and she was really about to go ahead and stamp it and do everything. And then I guess, because of the forces that be behind the system, she thought about it. She went and talked, and then she came and brought me this notice here. This is from the county recorder's office. Recorder's notice. One of the goals of this office is to fulfill your customer service needs. However, we are limited as the information we can dispense related to document recording, as well as types of documents that are recordable. And I'm going to show you why it has to be recorded. A county recorder is obligated to accept for recordation only those documents which are authorized or required by law to be recorded. See, they operate under the color of law. Watch what I show you. There is no authority for parties to record for their own private purposes. Documents which are not authorized or required by law to be recorded. See, this is a government code. Once again, Bouvier's Law Dictionary, Volume 2, 6th edition, revised 6th edition, 1856 law. When applied to objects, it is civil, penal, and civil, criminal, and penal code. See, right now they're basically acknowledging that I'm not under their jurisdiction. That's why they don't want to record it. If you feel your document is recordable, then you have the right to judicial review in court of competent jurisdiction of the recorder's refusal to record the document. Government code section whatever. Reason for refusal to record: no authority to record. See, they don't have authority to record it because they operate in legal fiction. Code section. See, they're under codes. Please note that it is a public offense to further attempt to record the document without an order of the court. I'm giving them the order. In the event the document is determined by the court to be a recordable document, the recorder shall pay the filing fees for the review and shall record the document within a reasonable time. Cannot pay for anything except gold or silver coin. And then I went to the Bank of America and basically gave them the same thing. And then the clerk, the man there, basically told me basically the same thing, but I recorded it because I know they can't acknowledge a court accepting it because they're legal fiction. So this is what I told the person at Bank of America. I'm gonna get back to the recorder, and it was recorded at 12:44 p.m. recorded. And I said, I respectfully submit this notice. I am led by Revelations 18:4. And I come across a letter from your Pope addressed to your President Obama, where it appears to confirm that the scripture and through education I was led to move to action and state my claim of right. I request to update the account to be updated and corrected to represent me in my proper capacity outside the jurisdiction of America Minor. I have the right to utilize your service, but not as your object, your subject. So then I'm going to read something that goes against what they're saying. This notice is concerning declaration notice of nationality submitted to show cause for this action for the record. Rule 5, serving and filing pleadings and other papers. 2, how the filing is made. General. A paper is filed by delivering it. Once you deliver it, it's filed. 4, acceptance by the clerk. She accepted it. The clerk must not refuse to file a paper solely because it's not in the form prescribed by these rules or by a local rule or practice. Bouvier's Law Dictionary, when applied to the law, it is civil, criminal, and penal. I am not a corporate citizen of legal fiction. Rule 902, evidence that is self-authenticating. Foreign public objects. I'm foreign to their jurisdiction of fraud. Order that it be treated as presumptively authenticated without final certification. That's A. And then B. Allow it to be evident by a tested summary with or without final certification. Alright, so let's see where I'm at now. Got about 10 minutes before I do. Declaration Notice of Nationality. Hebrew, Yasharite, tribe of Yehuda. And then in brackets, Hebrew, Israelite, Judah. American State National, major, status white. I am the living soul declared by Yahuwah to be man, and by chosen name Nigis Elagi Yakadesh, the executor and creditor over the estate name, whom American minor fraudulently incorporated into a legal fiction on their date. I put December 24th, 1969, and the estate name, of course I've told you that time and time again. On their certificate of live birth as an answer to the SDK V Act of 1666. I'm alive and full life living on the soil and land of what is called today American State Major without the federal zone of American Minor. My autograph signature shall be Yah Kadesh as noted. North America. See Webster's 1828 Dictionary for terms America and American. American Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People. Adopted at the third plenary session held on June 15, 2016, their date. I'm a living soul called by Yahuwah, man with dominion over the earth, sea, and air. See Genesis 1, 26, 28. Then I went back into the rules. I quote, any expense or damage incurred by these organic states, this is from their quote, or any American state citizen as a result of actions undertaken by any federal agency, personal acting as armed mercenaries on American state soil, will be understood as the result of violent crimes committed against peaceful inhabitants of the states of the land, and will incur immediate judgment, liquidating the assets of the International Monetary Fund, IMF, and the Federal Reserve in payment of the stipulated reparations. Such crimes shall also be considered contract default, increasing the public debt subject to bounty. Any and all corporate officers of the United States or any successor organizations inheriting federal service contracts who support, condone, or promote such crimes against American states or against American state citizens shall be subject to arrest and prosecution for commercial and violent crimes. All foreign officials operating as elected or appointed officials of the United States of America minor who support, condone, or promote such crimes against the American state citizens shall be subject to arrest, confiscation of their assets, and deportation to Puerto Rico, Guam, or such other states as may be willing to receive them. Such foreign officials include members of the American and British Bar Associations who were licensed to act as privateers against the interests of the American states and the American state citizens from 1845 to 2013 in flagrant breach of trust. All such licenses are now extinguished. Members of the Bar Associations are required to cease and desist assaults against the American states and American state citizens and shall be subject to arrest, confiscation, and deportation otherwise, insomuch as corporation officers operating in the United States of America or incorporated in the United States have contrived under conditions of fraud and semantic deceit to review revenue the estates of the American States of America minor. They are found guilty of capital crimes, including State of America minor. They are found guilty of capital crimes, including acts of fraud and treason committed between 1933 and 1945, and are condemned posthumously, insomuch as elected officials operating the United States of America minor have similarly committed war crimes against the American states and their peaceful inhabitants during the same time period. They stand condemned posthumously. No enforcement upon any American state or American state citizen is owed a result of any act of any Congress operating as the sovereign government of the United States of America minor, nor as the board of directors or board of trustees of any incorporated entity whatsoever. All right, let me. I got a few more minutes. Let's move on to part 2.